Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show, and our focus this morning will be on the US market as it is the I think the even week of the month, so our focus will be on that. And also for tonight, our members, don't forget to join us for our live training after a long break that we came back from the Malaysian Day, where we have 2 day public holiday. So let's get on to the US market. Now, many of you know the backdrop behind what we see in a rally right now is the interest rate cut just happened, I think, on Friday, the 25 basis point cut, and also pointing to further 2 more cuts for before the end of the year, which is only in September. Now, of course, this would mean a lot of the stocks will be rallying in the US market. So make sure you get hold of the Pentagon guide that you see in here, as it really works, especially in the context of the US market. Just use some of the stocks, and pretty much of this morning, our tutorial will be focusing on boarding for new beginner. We'll be focusing on the kind of stocks that we'll be looking at, and I have my phone in front of me here, so we'll be looking at some of those interesting stocks that we feel, and also review back a couple of stocks in the past, how well they have moved up, and also answer any questions of query that you have. And this is pretty much the format that we'll be doing in here. There were some past winner gain, as we've seen from here, which is an 8% gain. That was from Tom, and also our past winner for our SmartRobie campaign with about 19% return from that trade, right? Great enough. So if you want to check out our monthly return, you can just go over to our website, TradeBSA, for all the win rates, and our trading board, SmartRobie Momentum, which is managing a 50,000 trade size, and how well we perform. And how to use SmartRobie? Of course, we have the stock trade idea, which is generally the format of this breakfast show, and also the stock analysis. This is if those of you who have particular stock, you want to study the fundamental, you want to study the technical, and others like new sentiment, that will be under the stock option. And there's also the market data. Another feature will be the stock watch list, which is very important, where you want to put in your watch list and some of the stocks. For example, Apple less than green, Pentagon, that's where you want to be entering. So we have 4 stock exchanges, the Bursa, SGX, the US market, as well as the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. But this morning, the focus will be on the US market in here. And all this are powered by Pentagon Guider, which is the creator and IP holder of the Pentagon Green to buy and red to sell. So this morning, our focus will be on the US market, and of course, we have this series of many options. Let me just show you. Usually, this is the kind of format I want to share with you here. So the 6 menu options you see behind me are those in here. And generally, for our breakfast show, we stick to the beginners one, which is the Robi FA, or the Pentagon Guider, which is the beginner to advanced. There is also the premium alert and hot sector too. All right. So that's the format you want to be moving on. So this morning, we want to look at the S&P 500. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 here. You go to the S&P 500 on the top left-hand side here. You can see my mouse. So click on that one. This is just to get the overall gauge of the market. As you can see, also it's been trending up. Let me just show you here and slide the chart to the side. It turned green, Pentagon, on the 4th of September, which is almost 2 weeks from now, and still continued to push higher in here. The red Pentagon, there was a big drop, but market moved sideways, and then when it started to move up, that was a very good point to get you back in, and it's still trading up. And guess the last trade, right, which is on Friday, we have the overtaken the uptrust. Okay, overtaken the uptrust. This is a chart that signified a lot of strength in the US market, and that's pretty much what we want to determine going forward from here onwards. And you can also check out the most active NVIDIA, 176. Intel has gone back to $29 because NVIDIA is taking some stake in Intel. Warren Brothers, $19. Apple, it's in there, up 7% due to the better iPhone 17 that they launched, and also the upgrade in terms of price, all right, to $305 by some of the analysts. that was reported in the Barron. Then you have Palantir. Netflix was up to 1.5%, which is also one of our picks way back in previous week, I think 8th of August. All right. So those are doing pretty well. Some of the big decliner, there you go here. FICO, they were $1,000. NVR is about $8,000. It's crazy, right? I mean, you'll be figuring out, wow, these are all thousands and thousands of dollars US market, and how could someone use it? So you want to be sticking to generally some of the more well-known stock that would, a brand name like what I've just talked about just now. All right, so you can see from here, this is our SmartRobie. We just talked about the US market, and this is sort of the breakdown of the graphical chart, which I show every week. Right, nothing new here. That's S&P 500, and then also you want to look at the Pentagon Guider, all right, which is our main focus here. And you can see Pentagon Guider, it states about a 10 to 12 stock listing here. So we're going to be looking at that right now. Okay, so let me just bring up Zoom, and we click on to back to main menu, Pentagon Guider. So these are the so-called preference stocks that we are talking about. And you can see from here we have Dollar General, which is retail. That is, but it turned red Pentagon actually. Right, 19th of September, it turned up and then turned back down. It does happen. Let me just show you what I mean here. Right. And okay, just waiting for the chart to come in. There you go. It did turn green Pentagon, but sell back down in here. Now, one of the reasons why is because the expectation of the price level, in this case the earnings, wasn't that good, and there was a sell-off last Friday, which is down 4.5%. Now, a lot of retailers are being badly hit because of the inflation in here, and this is not. So it's also good to look into the background how the stock is, which is also what I want to share with you today here. All right. So let's take a look at the others. So we look at the green Pentagon just now, right back here. So you can see from here we have IBKR, which is doing well in here. Then you have Fox, Apple, RF, MTB, whole list of them, Lulu, GL, Norton Trust. There's also Airbnb. Okay, Airbnb. All right. So some of these are the, I picked three stocks, three stock pick from this list of almost 15 stocks in here, and we'll see how well they turn out. And of course, we have a Google Sheet, all right, in here. So this is a Google Sheet. Take a snapshot, and I want to go through some of these things usually we have, and why reason. Now take this as a paper trading exercise for those of you who is beginning, so you can learn more about the market, incorporating a lot of the analysis that is given up by SmartRobie, putting out into a spreadsheet, a board like this. Then you can sort of fill out which is the better stocks that you want to be picking. So at least when you buy and sell the stocks, right, all the analysis has been done, and therefore going forward you can make a better decision for it. So Apple, okay, Pentagon date. Let's bring up Apple first, which is on the item number 9 here. You can see number 9, right? Item number 9 here, and that's Apple. So we can bring up the chart and show it to you. Stock chart, stock comment. So what do we know about the stock so far? iPhone 17 selling well. Upgrade to US dollar $305. Right now is that's by the analyst. So we're going to bring up the chart. So right now we can see this green Pentagon, huge volume coming back in here. Nice one. You can see in the chart wise. That's where we are talking about, and looks like it's taken out the 245, and usually it won't get to $305 as stated in Barron, but there will be some run. Also, you notice finally Apple is turning positive. Positive price gain for year to date, because like many other stocks like Microsoft, they have run about 10-20%, but Microsoft is now turning positive for the first time because it's been down pretty much of the year, and the iPhone 17 was the big price rescuer, and the market started to go up. So let's turn off the chart here and look at the others. So you can see AI is positive sentiment, and the win rate is only 33%. Okay, win rate is only 33% in here. What is the US S&P 500, the Pentagon guided, we have seen just now, right? Early on, the market has turned green Pentagon, and it's heading upward. And current market sentiment is pretty good, so you need to put those in place. So that's also one of this reason why, you know, we have to have the market into play with positive first rate cut possible, which is, no, first rate cut is achieved. Let me just write that down. Okay, first rate cut is achieved, and then the Fed chair is hinting 2 more rate cuts. So the buy call here, we can go to our buy call under trading plan for Apple. Okay, so we just sort of type this out. Buy call valid until 19th of September. Okay. Oh, valid until 24th of September. Okay, 24th of September. So you can see me typing out the thing in here. Entry price is below 248. 248-15. Okay, and TP, we just take TP 1257. 257.73, and stop loss is at 228. 228.83. Now I do know that some of you saying this is a tedious exercise, but the more that you do this, right, the better you will become, because then you will know why you're buying the stocks and the reason behind. And this is really a professional approach into all things that matters. And then this is a Pentagon date, so will be the Pentagon date will be the I believe it's 19. Yes, 19 September. And you want to be doing so, in that you're bullish, right? Now reason is because you have to decide whether bullishness or not, and then you can post your result after that. And of course we also review some of the stocks that we have. The other two is JCI. So let's take a look at Apple chart first. I think I showed you just now. Let's go to the Apple chart. So you can see here, nice pickup, break above the 240 mark. Next on our list is, let's close this again. Right, we have JCI. Now, what do we know about JCI? JCI is one of the big supplier for data center. Okay, some of the equipments in there. I think the air conditioning and cooling system that they have. So JCY. So type in JCY and look at the chart. Stock chart, stock comment. Okay, this one has a 38.5%, not that great. All right, the past win rate on Pentagon, but who knows, with the coming of bullishness because of rate cuts. So you can see from here, the JCI, after that big fall in July, market really congests. So this is the second time the market attempting to break above the 110 US dollar mark. So who knows, if it does take out this old high that we have here, 110, then the market's going to go up. We definitely come back and review this. And of course, in our stock performance, anything that is above the 4.5% from the closing price of the Pentagon guided to the peak, we consider that as a win to mark some of our trade idea performance in here. So the next one is Airbnb. You can see right at below here. Just scroll down a bit. Yeah, Airbnb, this is the one. So let's take a look at Airbnb, which is a Pentagon guided chart. Hit that, and we go on to the stock chart, stock comment. This is also a 38.5%. And look at the chart, and you can see Airbnb has fallen from the 140 US dollar. Right, I think that was actually on top of that, that earnings, when I check on the trading wheel, the result was pretty good. Maybe this is responding to the overall tourism in US, which has been falling since Trump has came in. But I do think that if you can see from the chart here, it does form a nice double bottom here. All right, nice bottom at about 120 US dollar plus. So right now it's about 126. So that's a nice degree of free resistance, but you can see overhead resistance about 130, right? If you can break back up this one. But I do think that possibly Airbnb might range, but again at $126 right at the bottom, it's pretty good bargain right now to be looking into this if you are trading in the shorter term. Okay, so that's the three stocks, and you want to check out this spreadsheet. There you can put in all the parameters that we talk about in there. All right, of course our particular stock quote, we have 6 options in here. We were looking at the stock comment. You can check out the fundamental, the buy call, important, where you fill it in into the spreadsheet, and also the exit strategy, and also new sentiment in here. Now if you look back on the past trade record that we have here, we considered maximum price gain of 4.5% as a gain. So our win rate currently right now for the US market is about 60%. Those that you see the red one, those didn't work out. So our latest entry is Apple, JCI, Johnson Control, and also Airbnb. PRC, we have APA, which is up 15% max, BKR 6.5%, APD still ranging right. That's the one which we pick up somewhere around 26th of August, because the Pentagon Gate is 22nd of August. So we started this back in July. So you can see some of these did hit 4.5%. Some of them have gone a bit higher too. All right. So that's where we are looking at. ANET is one of the stocks doing very well and also benefiting from the data center, just like JCI. All right. So Pentagon Guider is our algorithm, and why it works, because it's looking on the market accumulation, the stock accumulation, beginning of a new trend. So what we want to do is look for those low entry in here. We've done the Pentagon previously, and for those our Muslim friends, you want to check out the ETF, because I'm still looking for places where I can get halal certified stocks that you can actually buy this. But this is the closest I got at wahid.com.my/halal. Now our unique proposition for SmartRobie in here: green to buy, red to sell, and making it much more easier in here. And don't forget to check out our watch list that we put on every week, or put on in your watch list, or any stocks you're looking at, especially the AI stock, keeping into the S&P 500, put it in green to buy, red to sell. That's all we have for this morning in here. Pentagon Guider, trade idea that works. All right. So we've done the breakfast show. Now if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil it in there, and I'll be happy to look into that. Our premium membership, VSA 360, is still available. We'll be raising the price very soon, and those of you who are sitting on the fence, you might want. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information we won't miss out in here. And if you have any stocks you want to look at from the US market, feel free to pencil in there, and I'm happy to reach out to you and answer them. So that's all we have for this morning in here. Thank you for your support, and I'll be back on this Wednesday for live Facebook. See you then.